Hare Krishna. Welcome to our third day of the seminar, Helping Each Other Succeed. Does everybody understand English?
More or less.
More or less, okay. I'll try to speak slowly. The last 2 days we were speaking about, yesterday we were speaking about different ways how can we help devotees succeed. And these are not just some theoretical ideas. These were very practical ideas, how we can help devotees. And does any one of you remember what some of those that we mentioned yesterday? The ways that we can help devotees succeed? Those who were here?
By listening and understanding.
Yes.
This one.
Choose to be positive.
What?
Choose to be optimistic, positive. And
To help them to choose to be optimistic and positive, yes.
give them gifts.
Give them gifts, give them, I mentioned
Feed prashadam.
yes. Feed them, I mentioned also give them
Regularly.
money.
Chant regularly.
Yes, the chanting.
Encourage them to chant.
Ask relevant questions.
You were making notes?
Yes.
Ah,
Yes. I just wrote.
very nice.
I have all 20 points here.
Okay. So let others try also. Let others try. Anybody else?
We were speaking about 6 loving exchanges, opening minds and receiving instructions, exchanging gifts and serving, right? What was the opening mind, gifts, and prashadam?
Prashad. Where is Prashad? So now you have a devotee care department head, but you still don't have a system, and maybe it will take time to develop a system where you have mentors, people who will be doing this service on an ongoing basis and doing it regularly and seriously. But one thing you can do right now is that you can develop a culture of care. You can introduce the elements of care. You can be an example of a caring devotee in relation to all the devotees that you are interacting with. And in this way, you will create conditions for developing devotee care. And now some of you maybe would like to become mentors after some time, and every mentor needs to have certain qualities and certain skills. So, on Saturday we will have a session where it will be more geared towards those who want to be mentors, and we will have also exercises. And one thing that is important for the one who wants to help others, who wants to be a spiritual guide and the caregiver, is that he takes care of himself. You understand? He takes care of himself first. If you don't know how to take care of yourself, then how will you help others? Or if you neglect yourself, you will get sick, or you will be weak, or you will be disturbed. So it's very important to take care of yourself first. What's that?
It's the probably invocation for the mantra.
Can you close maybe
Yeah,
that
sure.
door there? This left, this one is closed. So taking care of yourself means you take care of your body, mind and spirit. So physical health, mental peace. Then also part of the mental peace, it's related to relationships. Because if our relationships are disturbed, then we cannot peacefully take care of others. How can we take care of others if we are disturbed? And then of course spiritual care, where we take care of our sadhana, of our reading, prayer, japa, chanting, understanding the philosophy, and being able to keep faith in Krishna, developing faith. So these are spiritual aspects. And now it's good that every caregiver has a caregiver also, that every mentor has a mentor, every coach has a coach. It's good that you also have someone who takes care of you, but if this is not possible, then those who are mentors, those who are maybe members of the devotee care team, they can take care of each other. And we will try to form a team. For now we have one member and maybe two members who can be a part of that team. And this team can work systematically, consciously and enthusiastically to develop the culture of care and also to develop the system of care gradually. So how can you start doing this? Yesterday and the day before yesterday we were speaking about different principles, different kinds of principles that are foundation for devotee care, like building trust. But how can you start in a practical way here? Because now you don't have the system, you don't have mentors. So those devotees who are interested in devotee care, they can actually meet regularly and have sangha and have a structured session, and then they can discuss different topics that are related to devotee care. I can give you the materials that you can read and discuss, and you can also learn certain things that will help you when in the future you will become a mentor. Or if you want to start right now, if you feel yourself capable and enthusiastic, then you can also, in these sessions, you can actually have training how to do this service, how to be a mentor. You can have, at least part of these meetings can be discussion and training how to do this service. So this group of devotees who are interested in devotee care can meet once a month minimum, and then they can focus fully, completely on devotee care. In the meantime, in between those meetings, you can have meetings twice a month, that will be even better. In between those meetings, you become a personification or an example of care, of a caring devotee. And you think, how can I change my dealings with devotees to act in line, in harmony with principles of devotee care? And of course, the first people that you care for should be your family, your closest family, but also devotees from this group could be the people that you specifically and intentionally want to provide care and help them succeed, help them be successful. And in this way, this team can help each other succeed. So we have to start where we are now. We cannot just create 10 mentors or 5 mentors right away. And I'm proposing a pathway which will be gradual, and if you start with these meetings, then slowly you will see. Some of you maybe will see that maybe this is not service for me, I don't have time and things like this. And some of you will be very enthusiastic and you will say, oh, let's develop this and let's involve more devotees in this. And you can invite more devotees to these meetings, to attend these meetings. So, as it is said, that charity starts at home, so your care can start amongst yourselves. maybe some of you here will be on that team, but it would be nice to have a team of devotees coordinated by Kalindi Mataji, which will meet regularly. And I'm copying hundreds of gigabytes materials, devotional and professional, about success, about personal development, about devotee care. I have a whole folder with also courses on devotee care recorded from Mayapur. And so you can learn from these things. You can use them for your meetings to discuss these things. You can make presentations to each other, and I think in this way you can start. And I can come at least once a year to help you, because this is my service. I help people. I help devotees to develop devotee care. This is part of my service. And of course, I can have individual sessions with you, with each of you, if you want to work on your life and on your service and create time for this service, if you like. We can look into your time management. I can come even more often, if you want me to come, to help to start rolling this. And I have been doing this in other countries, and in some countries it took momentum. In some countries it didn't take momentum. Somehow it didn't work. But one thing you can always do, you can do one-to-one. Even if you don't have group meetings are very inspirational, very empowering, but even if you don't manage, you can always help one-to-one devotees, and we will also speak about this, and we will practice this, especially on Saturday. For one-to-one, what is necessary is to listen attentively with genuine interest, to be able to ask relevant questions. So we will practice this too, asking relevant questions. So what would be the relevant question? It would be a question that helps another devotee's success. That would be an important question to ask. And then another thing I wanted to propose, especially amongst the members of that group, is to do success partnership. So in one sense, we can say this is the interaction of equals, or at least it's set up in such a way that it's a two-way coaching or two-way mentoring, and I have various structures, maybe 4 or 5 structures that you can choose from. How do you want this session to look like? How do you want to be coached? How do you want to be basically the person who is in the role of a client, they can choose how they want to be coached. There are a couple of structures that you can use. And it's always about your goals and your challenges in achieving these goals. But when you have a structure, you can help each other. You can spend 1 hour, half an hour you are a coach, half an hour you are a client. And especially among the devotee care group, you can do this between yourselves. You can choose one of the members and do it together. And we will practice this also a little bit here during these days and on Saturday. So I'm giving you like an idea and a basic framework how we can start to develop this. And now, to encourage you to not give up, I want to tell you that in places where devotee care is developed, it failed many times. In Chaupati, it failed 7 times. And now it's a huge system with so many caregivers, so many counselors. In Ukraine, it also failed many times. But Niranjan Maharaj didn't give up. In Chaupati, Radhanath Maharaj didn't give up. They continued preaching devotees, encouraging them to develop devotee care. I heard there is one senior Mataji in Ukraine who didn't give up, although I heard she didn't get support from the authorities. I mean, this is what I heard. But I just liked that she didn't give up.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah?
How did they measure success and failure, like in practical terms? How did they know it was failing?
How do you measure success or failure in the devotee care system?
Yeah.
Well, you see, if you have happy devotees, if you have more devotees, if you have productive devotees, enthusiastic to help the mission, if you also, to me, the greatest indicator of success of a devotee care is if the number of qualified mentors increases. Those who want to take it further and take care of others because they felt taken care of and they learned how to do it and they understand the value of that service. Okay. Now, in some places, we have a quantity of mentors, but not always a quality of mentors, because there is a need. So devotees and managers, they organize the system, but they didn't make sure that everyone who is a mentor is trained and qualified. So now, okay, if situations are like this, now they need to get more training. It's not that we now want to stop them from doing this service, but they need to get training from those who are experienced and who are willing to provide this training, and then improve this and not give up this service. So this is also a case in some places I have seen where actually they don't know how to do it properly, and they have sometimes some misconceptions, and sometimes people think that mentor should control your life and interfere with every aspect of your life. So please don't be afraid that this is the case. This is not the case. A mentor is, in Chapati they say, friend, philosopher and guide. Friend, philosopher and guide. So it's a person who is a facilitator, who is helping you to deal with your challenges, who is helping you to achieve your goals, but he is not the controller of your life. And basically nobody is the controller of your life. Even your guru will not control every aspect of your life. This is a misconception, and it shouldn't go in that direction. And if people complain maybe to you as a coordinator that my mentor is interfering too much in my life, then you need to speak to a mentor and explain to them and very clearly define what is their role. And one thing we can work on this together, to define the service description of a mentor, future mentors. What would be do's and don'ts. So this is something that we can do, and maybe somebody can make note of it. I mean, it's recorded also, but it's one of the things that we can. Maybe you can make a note of it. So to develop to create a service description for a mentor, and also duties of a mentee, duties of a devotee who is accepting mentorship. Also, both of them have duties, and they have rights and obligations. Rights and obligations. So this is some practical thing that we can do also in relation to developing the system.
Can I ask another question?
Yes.
So you are probably aware of like the different mentorship systems running in different countries, like Chapati, Ukraine, and maybe the UK as well. Are they all identical, or do you think that they are specific to like the center? Other times when has it happened where one country tried to replicate the other's mentorship system and it failed because there needed to be it needed to be more unique and specific to that specific center or temple? Or can it work that you just copy someone else and it works perfectly?
Excellent question. So actually we need to adjust it to the local situation.
Okay.
We can use the model, but we can see what works. And people sometimes have resistance and they don't trust so easily. So of course developing trust will be a challenge to gain trust of your wards, wards, one who is under your protection. Somehow I don't like the word mentee because it sounds a little mental. So, but ward is it ward? Ward? The one who is under your shelter, ward? WARD.
Ward.
Word, yeah. It's not word. I mean, I'm not pronouncing properly. You're pronouncing properly. What I was saying? What did I say? The last thing I said. Oh yes, that it has to be adjusted. We have to see what works, and sometimes people don't accept authority easily, or maybe they were mistreated. Then don't give their trust so easily. But I think this success partnership can help a lot also to develop trust and to develop a taste for helping others succeed. And then we need this kind of candidates that are very eager to learn and eager to do it properly, this service. So we have to see what works here. But for now, maybe you will not have many people coming forward to be mentors, but you can work on developing a caring culture. And you can get many ideas from the materials from the Devotee Care Committee, this GBC Devotee Care Committee. We have published, I say we because I was a little bit confused, 4 journals. We have 4 journals. And they're packed with amazing inspiration and instruction about this, about devotee care. And I have extra materials. I mean, there is a book by Niranjan Maharaj, there is a slide by from Chaupati, slideshow. I have some of my own materials. I have these materials also that can help you, which we will use more on Saturday, spiritual guide training. There is, you can make a huge list. You can make a huge list of how we can. I have read only 20 items, and already you have added 6 items that I didn't even include here. 6 loving exchanges. So we can maybe create a list of 108 ways how can we help each other succeed. It's a Vedic number. 108 ways how can we help each other succeed. And then use it according to our inspiration to actually develop a caring culture. So you can become a personification of care. I mentioned this, there is a book called Care Personified, and maybe you can translate it into Portuguese. These are anecdotes, 98 pages, very thick text, 98 pages PDF, anecdotes of Srila Prabhupada's care in various aspects of life for devotees. Srila Prabhupada's care, Srila Prabhupada's compassion. Some devotees took time to compile this, and this is also our great inspiration, Srila Prabhupada's care. So we want to be instruments in his hands in caring for people. And although maybe we don't feel that we are, so loving towards devotees and so caring and so protective, but we can be sure that Srila Prabhupada is, and we can be his extended hand. Mother Teresa said, if we don't show people that God cares about them, how they will know it. So she took it upon himself to be an instrument in the Lord's hands, and she did help people. And we can do the same. And the more you do it, the more you actually feel it. You will feel it, and you will, I believe you will enjoy it. You will like it. Because our essence is service with love. This is our essence, this is our dharma. And if we do it like that, and Krishna is pleased when we serve devotees, you know that. Okay, so do you have any questions about what I have said so far? Yes?
Yes. Please, can you tell what are the most important success factors? For example, to become a good mentor, to help others, what is the most important? To have inner qualities, our personal qualities, or to have motivation, or to have training? What is more important?
All of this. All of this. And skills also. You can have the good qualities. You are a very kind, loving person, nice person. But you need to have skills. For example, to learn how to listen, to learn how to ask questions so people can think better. What is your name?
Valeria.
Valeria. You know, listening, asking questions, sometimes maybe summarizing, reflecting back. These are very important skills in having this communication and helping people. Then on the side of attitudes and qualities, perception, if we see people as spirit souls, then we can believe in their potential. So believing in people is such an important quality of a mentor, believing. And people feel when you believe in them. Your child will feel when you believe in them. Or if you think, oh, you will always be useless, this will destroy the child. But if you think you will do big things, I'm sure you will have so much potential. So, and also on Saturday we will, I have here, I have 6 pages, and we have already done 1 page yesterday about these 20 points of material for spiritual guide training, and we will look into this in more detail on Saturday. So if you can come, please come on Saturday. What time next? You don't know?
It depends on everybody that is interested.
Yes, I'm interested.
Then
On Saturday,
then we have to coordinate what time is best for everybody.
Okay, so we don't know yet which time.
Yeah.
But basic two main things are character and competence. So good qualities and skills, yes?
And is it possible to learn to have the skills, to get the skills?
Well, we can learn by practicing.
Practice.
Yeah, I can tell you about listening and about asking questions, but we need to practice this.
Because I can tell about myself that I used to think that I can listen, I'm able to listen, I'm able to ask questions, but now I understand that no, I don't have enough skills. And because of this I have one more question. You said that it is very important to take care of ourselves, to
Yes.
take care of our families, and then take care of devotees too,
Yes.
and other people.
Yes.
And somebody says that if we don't take care of our families, we can't take care of other people.
Yes.
Because, well, our families, especially for women, it's the most important thing. So we have to learn to take care of our children and our husbands too, because very often women don't take enough care of them, and they give too much attention to other people. So what can you tell about this
I agree.
balance? What is more important, and how can we
You need to have priorities. So what you said, I agree fully with what you said. First, take care of your child and husband, if you're a woman. If you're a man, of your child and wife. And then you can create some time to take care of devotees, or those, maybe you're a mentor or somebody. Most of the counselors in Chaupati and in Ukraine are grihastas.
Chaupati is India.
Chaupati is Mumbai.
Mumbai.
Yeah, they are actually they're grihastas, so they're also busy. They work, they have their families, but they also have this challenge that to not neglect your family, because if they have like 10 mentees, then they need time to talk to them sometimes, or to meet with the group. So this is where I can help, how to find time and manage everything. But the first step is that if you want to do this, then you can think how you can do it. But the first step is to have a desire to do it.
Thank you.
Yes?
Yesterday and today you mentioned about mentor, you mentioned about the mentor being kind and loving and understanding and not speaking harsh words.
Yeah.
But in psychology there is such thing as agreeable and disagreeable personality. And it is a well-known fact that agreeable people, they cannot be good leaders. And the best example is Prabhupada, who was certainly not an agreeable person. You know, he was very frank, and if you go to database, you will find that he was speaking very strongly, like, you know.
It depends.
But generally, if you look, you know, his personality, he was not an agreeable, like, an agreeable person is, like, women are generally agreeable people.
Why do you think that the mentor is agreeable person?
But
If he is
that's what I
kind, it
understood
doesn't
from
mean
what
he is just
you-
agreeable person.
Yeah,
Doesn't
because
mean.
you mentioned yesterday. You mentioned that like mentor someone who will not speak harsh words, but then if you really want to guide a person, then sometimes you have to be like really direct and speak things which may be even hurting, or it is speak something which other person may not take so well, you know, but which is needed, you know.
Ask
Like
Kalindi.
for
Ask
example,
Kalindi
for
what I
myself,
told her.
I can't imagine an agreeable person to be my guide, you know. And my
Can you
guru, for
imagine?
example,
Can
is
you
not
imagine
agreeable, you
strict
know.
person
But-
being your guide? Can you imagine strict person being your guide?
Because I need, someone who, like, when it's needed, who will just,
It's a good point. You're bringing up a good point. Maybe I
so maybe
left.
you can elaborate.
Yeah, I left a
little
wrong
bit.
impression.
Yeah.
Actually, there is a space for something called tough love. Tough love. So there is a space for being strict. There is a space for. Actually, one of the main. Now this is like the next level that I want to share with you. One of the main goals and duties of a mentor is to help you face your false ego, face your conditioning, deal with things you want to avoid, But this is the next level. First, you have to show people that you care. You cannot immediately hit them and tell them you are in Maya, you're a demon, I hate you. Not I hate you. But so you first have to show them that you care with your kindness, and then when they trust you and see that you know something, that you're a good example, and that you have some skills, then you can say, okay, if you like, let us work on some deep stuff, and if they agree, you can do it, but you cannot force them. So they need to agree. They are grown-up people. You cannot force them. But you're raising a very important point, and I fully agree that mentor is not just some softie, some soft guy who is just always saying yes and just always being soft with you. No, he will help you. He like coach or a trainer. He cannot be just soft with people, because otherwise they will not jump high or run fast. He has to push people sometimes, but in this case, the person needs to agree to do that. They have to want high results and have to want training from you and have to trust you so much that they will know that you are strict with them because you love them, not because you are envious of them. So this is very important.
I have a question to you. How to deal with past life traumas, bullying, whatever.
How to do what?
Deal.
Deal.
With past life traumas.
No,
Yeah.
bullying.
Bullying, other stuff.
You understand?
How to deal with
Childhood traumas,
Childhood
Aha.
trauma.
past traumas and bullying.
Oh, for this you have so many people who are dealing with this, if mentor is not qualified to help with certain aspects, then they should find out who is qualified and connect this person. Send them to an expert. Preferably it would be a devotee or some person who is maybe not a devotee, but they are spiritual or vegetarian or something, Somebody who is qualified to help with childhood traumas or past life traumas. And in this way, mentor is a connection to that person, but he himself must sometimes admit that I cannot help you with everything, but I will find people who can help you with certain things. If you have a hernia, your mentor has to find a surgical doctor who will operate you. So You understand the point?
Yeah.
Yes. So this is also important role that you help people to get help from others.
Sometimes I remember bad things that in the past people do to me, and I find very difficult to coping with that.
Well, with this, mentor can help you to forgive, to understand that this was not an accident that this happened, to help you to understand the lesson that you need to learn. So if it's philosophical things and spiritual perception, this is where mentor can help you. But if it's something maybe deeper and there is a deeper psychological problem, then maybe you need some other expert who can help you. But I think mentor can help a lot to make sense out of suffering. If he knows, if he's doing this himself in his own life.
For learning to...
Yes, make sense out of... There is a lesson in every pain. Pain is the greatest guru. But even with pain we don't learn.
But sometimes it's difficult.
It is difficult, yes. But it's worth it and it's beneficial if you can swallow. One great lesson that we spoke during the wonderful meals of Kalindi at her home, we speak, and with her husband, we spoke that one great lesson that we all have to learn is that we are not an angel. We are not innocent. We have been doing so many activities, sinful activities in the past, that now we are getting reactions. And can I know what time is it now? 7:30.
Yes, 7:30.
Oh my God!
What happened?
I'm waiting for a person to come at 7.
7?
But maybe he's late because the door is open.
Door is open. Okay.
Mariana just came walking.
Okay. Okay, because when he comes, then we will have a break, and I promise to speak to him. Yes. So
What he said, it's correct. It's very hard to deal with these traumas.
what is your name?
Oswald.
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 Oswald. Okay, you are not Rafael.
No,
Okay, sorry. I'm
you're
just.
waiting for Raphael.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe you are Rafael. Sorry.
What I want to tell you is that comparing to outside world, like he was talking about,
Yep.
being with devotees is paradise. You know? I feel it myself.
Yeah. I
You
came
said-
from a problematic zone and
Yeah.
whatever.
You said that for our mental peace we need to have very good relationships, and it is really big truth.
But practically it is not possible. We
Yeah,
are here for 2 hours.
I feel that.
Sometimes I want to go for a mountain, whatever.
Yeah,
My
you come here,
problem,
it's better.
That's okay. That's
Can
okay.
I
my problem is the people. Do you understand?
Can I share my
We
story?
have a very nice community feeling here. I feel it anyway. We are not a lot, but there's a lot of love anyway. So,
There is, and
and this is, you can feel it, you know. And
I will share my
Very
story
nice.
because I think maybe you did not recognize me, but I'm telling now.
Yeah.
Maybe you saw something that you knew you met me.
yeah.
I keep telling because I came here a long time ago when I was 15 years old.
Oh
and
yeah.
I participated in Food for Life program with
Mhm.
one of my, let us say, team leaders from the in youth exchange programs. And I met you,
Yeah.
and I was speaking today about the devoted care and that life experience that really marked me, and the Maha Mantra that I sang for
Yeah.
that night, for the service that I was
Thank you,
mentioning
Matthew.
here. And it
See, there's
stayed
so
with
many
me.
loving devotees
So
here.
it brought me
Make a
back
team.
these years, so many years.
I receive a lot
after.
of love from devotees. It's very
And,
nice
but-
experience.
And that's the
Sometimes
reason
I
why I'm
think
here
my
today.
life
Just
Oh, yeah.
So, Hare Krishna.
And
And it's really happy to be sharing this story today because I was talking about this story.
Amazing.
interchangeable.
Sometimes I think my suffering life compared to the others it's nothing.
Yeah.
And I think, what the hell is going on? What do I wrong in life? You know?
To suffer like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But in the
You have
past,
to come to places like this where people has this very spiritual level, different, from outside, and then
Yeah, yeah.
you feel much more loved
Mhm.
and taken care of, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, so my question is that, as everywhere, but especially in the ISKCON as a spiritual movement, many people who come here, some people, they have some mental problems, or sometimes they even, and how to deal with it, because like you're encouraging, like, okay, take help from devotees, preferably from devotees, but on the other hand, there is professional help outside, so sometimes, like I've seen, that people who have like schizophrenia and they're like in this for decades, and and what advice that they may get, okay, chant Hare Krishna and everything will be fine.
It's not enough, yeah.
Or maybe
But no.
or maybe they, devotees try to help the best, take care of them, but on the table and they commit suicide, or like just in the past year, 2 devotees that I know have committed suicide,
Yeah.
So, yeah, so, so what
I have
is
mental
your view and
problems,
what is the official view of this? Because, like, formally, like before, maybe some 30 years ago or 25, but maybe in only in the 80s there was this idea that, okay, if you're sick, then there was like you're not supposed to go to the doctor, and then the mentality has changed, and now everybody's encouraged, to take professionals' help, if you're sick, not to heal yourself with herbs, or if you're seriously sick, you have to go and take professional help. But what about mental sickness and mental problems? Because the professional help is also available, and there are so many devotees who are suffering from mental diseases or from depression, or it's not that if you're a devotee you are like,
my mental issues.
Just a moment. He didn't finish.
And now, if you take the role of a psychiatrist or psychologist, then you take a responsibility. You guide this person, and then this person life is miserable, or in the worst case scenario, he may commit suicide, or maybe he becomes worse and worse, with the passing of
So
years.
what is your point?
So what because I don't know how is it officially, is it, are devotees supposed, are mentors are supposed to encourage to seek professional help, or are they supposed to substitute, do the opposite, and okay, you should seek help among the community of devotees, because those are karmis, they may not understand, they may not, because you're a devotee and they are, they're not devotees,
Okay.
You understand my point?
I hope.
So what is, I don't know if there is an official, because I'm not familiar with this area,
I also
And
don't
what is
know.
your opinion about that?
My
And,
opinion is
what
very
is- what
simple. My opinion is very simple. Is that do whatever works. If a professional, even if he's not a devotee, can help someone. I mean, I'm learning for professionals all the time about coaching. Even I'm learning now from one psychiatrist.
Yeah, that is very good.
This guy, he can talk to people who don't want to talk to anybody, who want to commit suicide.
Yeah.
He is expert for. Who is this?
Maybe he needs to
Yeah.
forgive.
Can you ask him? He's Rafael?
Rafael?
No?
I saw mantra
No, that
lights.
would be many people.
Ah, these are mantra people.
Mantra form.
Yes, so whatever works, but I think as a mentor you can actually check and talk to this professional and see if they are, appropriate or adequate. Also, I would like to know how they would help them, what kind of therapy they can give. And sometimes devotees have to take medicine. I mean, for schizophrenia, I have seen devotees, when they take pills, they're okay, they can do service. But they don't take pills, they just go crazy completely. I was with a devotee who had epilepsy, and he would, in the night, he sleep with me on the floor, and then he wakes up and then just beats the floor like anything. And it's not him; it's like a ghost or something, whatever. But he was thinking, I'm too transcendental. I'm transcendental, I don't need to take pills. And then after some time he realized he has to take this medicine, and then he can serve normally. He can function normally. So we have to see what is advantageous, so that they can continue practicing Krishna consciousness. If they need this kind of help, like regular medical help, then they should take it. The principle is that whatever works, we should use it. Is that okay?
Very good.
Is that okay?
I have
Yeah,
some.
but then if you are the judge of what is working and what is not working, I mean, to judge this, you have to be really expert in both, in devotee care and to be a psychiatrist,
No, you don't have to be-
psychologist, at the same
you
time.
don't have to be-
have
you
a
don't-
training and that's
You don't have to be an expert judge. You can try things. You can try things and see what works. Sometimes you have to try going to this psychologist or this psychiatrist.
Yeah,
Try
like
and
if
see
somebody
what
has
it is.
schizophrenia, you see if he's crazy all the time or if he's getting
Yeah.
better. Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
mental problems can be solved by a mentor, because sometimes mental problems have to do with ego or with past scars, but maybe it's not so severe. It's not so severe.
That's
so you
my
can-
case. That's my case.
Yeah, maybe it's not so severe. You can help, and
In my case, the medicine, the meds.
medicine.
I take.
You take medicine.
Yeah, but doesn't work.
Doesn't help very much.
No.
Maybe you need some.
Yes, because it collateral effects, meds, that some people with mental problems take some pills and medicines that have collateral effects,
Yeah.
and they don't like, because they don't feel like themselves.
But sometimes it's so severe that you have to take. Otherwise,
Yeah, it's-
otherwise you harm
There's
yourself.
no
You
choice.
harm others. Sometimes you have to admit that you
Yes,
need.
and recognize that you have one problem in your mental health, and
Oh yeah, that's also sometimes they don't want to admit that they have a problem, and then they don't want to take help, and then it becomes worse. Yes.
On the medication, I think they take medications to suppress the symptoms. It's not a cure. If you want a cure, then you have to go get therapy done, psychotherapy or something, where you actually recognize, okay, what's the root of that trauma, what happened, etc. But I wanted to actually add on Ilya Prabhu's question. So this was one of the problems that the UK mentorship system experienced as well. Mentors were taking too much responsibility on themselves, and they felt like, okay, they were responsible for the overall well-being of their mentee. And there were a few cases, I don't actually know what happened, but then they revised the system and they said, as a mentor, if you feel that, okay, your mentee is going through depression. Health is such a sensitive topic that it's just such a big responsibility.
Okay, I don't want to go too much into this discussion, because I'm trying to inspire you to start a team,
Yeah.
And these are detailed, these are really detailed discussions about the jurisdiction of a mentor. And this is more appropriate for Saturday, when we are going more into duties of a spiritual guide. Now I got a call from this boy, and I'm going to stop the broadcast here.